everyone, welcome to another episode of Woman Empowerment Series today with me, Farisha. And I'm truly honored to have a very special guest with us. She's actually one of my mentor, and I really look up to her. She's a very inspiring lady. It's none other than Anne Edwards. Hi, Anne. How are you?
Hi, Farisha. So happy to see you. I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing good. And how about you?
I'm good. Congratulations on your win. That was very, very well done. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Anne. And just to share with
Okay.
everyone's watching this video podcast, Anne Edward is one of my mentors, and I really look up to her as one of the top TV hosts and MC in Malaysia. Okay, so
And
Anne,
I'm really admiring what you're doing as well, Farisha. All this women empowerment thing, and you're very confident out there with what you're doing, and you're posting a lot of stuff. So that gives us a lot of inspiration. I'm very proud of you. Keep it up.
thank you so much, Anne. Okay, so we want to share more a bit about Anne. So Anne,
Mhm.
can you share with our viewers more about yourself?
Okay. I've been in the field of journalism
Mm-hmm.
and broadcast for at least more than 25 years,
Wow.
beginning with The Star, and
Mm-hmm.
that was in the print. And
Mm-hmm.
then I moved on to broadcast, which was in TV3, RTM, NTV7,
Mm-hmm.
the tour of UT.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, after NTV7, I joined Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad for a while at his Perdana Leadership Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I was at Astro because I missed broadcast so much. And after Astro, I was in Bernama Radio as well as Bernama TV. And then I started my own business, which is called Anne Edwards and Company, where we do training, we do video production, and also PR or media management.
Mm-hmm.
I also had a very short stint at Bloomberg TV Malaysia, but that closed down after 2 years. So
Mm-hmm.
I continued doing my business until today.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
And can you share with us what are the challenges that you have overcome in your career?
Challenges, there are plenty because, as you know, in Malaysia, journalists don't get paid that much like at overseas. In
Mm-hmm.
overseas, broadcasters are paid very highly, newscasters as well, and those who go out on the field and also
Mm-hmm.
present news and also present live crossovers, they are paid very well, especially the good ones. So
Mm-hmm.
in Malaysia, that would be a challenge in
Yeah.
terms of your remuneration.
Mm-hmm.
There are also challenges in terms of where the digital online space has come on board, and
Mm-hmm.
that has taken over the traditional media. So a lot of us have to do that, have to go through that transition, and to adjust ourselves to implementing and adhering, and also adopting anything that is online, to present online, to provide content which
Yeah.
is suitable online. So that was, well, I wouldn't call it a huge challenge, but a bit of a
Mm-hmm.
challenge, and
Yeah.
that is definitely adaptable. Yes.
Okay. And what
Mm-mm.
are the most memorable experience in your career?
Memorable, there are a lot of happy and memorable times, of course, during my stint as a journalist and broadcaster, which I still do until today, because once you are a journalist, you will always be one. You will always look for jobs, and you will always look for opportunities where you're able to present and show yourself and provide content that is substantial. But what I feel that is most memorable are those tragic moments where you need
Yeah.
to cover tragedy,
Mm-hmm.
um, whether in the country or outside or abroad, like
Mm-hmm.
the World Trade Center, the collapse of the World Trade Center 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
I
September.
was there to cover, but of course that was after, because we followed the Prime Minister then, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad,
Mm-hmm.
and that was very remorseful. It was a very challenging moment for all of us journalists who
Yeah, I
were
can
there.
imagine it.
Yeah, to provide objective coverage as
Yeah.
well as not to be too emotional about it. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, back home in the country, as a print journalist at the time at the Star, I covered the Highland Towers collapse,
Mm-hmm.
and that was also very tragic, Farisha.
Yeah.
So a lot of those
Very
memories.
challenging. Okay.
Yes, still come back. It still returns. But of course, we have our happy moments like covering the elections. I've covered 5 general elections, not to mention state elections.
Yeah.
Those were fun. Those were fun, and those were really challenging as
Yeah.
well, I would say. Because when you cover politicians, you have to be careful what they say. You have to take care of your back as well, and you have to take the most substantial comments and promises and pledges out of them. Yeah,
Yes. And you have to be apolitical. Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
apolitical, which is sometimes difficult because you have your own thinking and your own ideals. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a bit difficult to manage at times, but you try and you actually manage well.
Okay, now we've come to the question on woman empowerment. What does
Yeah.
woman empowerment means to you?
Well, I think, Farisha, women empowerment or the word empowerment itself is a huge word. It encompasses a lot of aspects and a lot of factors of what we women in particular go through. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I wished one day I could actually join a forum where we also can discuss about men empowerment. But since women are always considered the weaker sex, which I do not find that way, because we have our own strengths, and
Yes.
we and only women have those strengths, as you and I know, whether it's physical and mental, but
Mm-hmm.
to me, empowerment means persistence, means not giving up, means getting out of your comfort zone and
Mm-hmm.
doing things that you probably never imagined yourself to do. Like me being a broadcaster, I was always a very reserved person. I just wanted to be a writer and be in my own space. Nobody disturbed me. But in the end, it was a lot of people coming forward and say, "Hey, Anne, why don't you try? It is the same thing that you do. You just provide a lot of content, and you do a lot of reporting, but it's for
Sporting.
TV. It's
Yeah.
for TV. So that is where I got out of my comfort
But
zone
zone.
to present to people, to talk more. But of course, at the end of the day, I would still go back to I still need my me time. I
Yeah.
need my
Relax.
space. Yeah, relax, and that's what I look forward to. But it is getting out of your comfort zone, like I said just now, persistence. Like when people say you can't do it, I am very stubborn. I go ahead and I do it. And I'm sure you do that. I'm sure you
Yes.
do that, Parisha. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it is about empowering yourself, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what people tell you, no matter what people say about empowerment. If you yourself don't do it, you will never be able to do it. Yeah, you will never be able to do it. It's
Mm-hmm.
easier said
Exactly.
than done.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done, but it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of how to say, the inner power in you to achieve something beyond what you think that you can achieve. And once you've achieved it, you feel so
So
good.
good. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that is what I say, empowering yourself. And not to mention that it doesn't stop there. When you empower yourself, you want to empower other people. You want to empower other women. You want to make others also feel strong, others feel confident, because at the end of it, the key word is confidence. Once you
Yes.
have that, you can do anything that
Anything.
you want,
Yes.
anything you want.
It's all in the
Like,
mind. It's your mindset. Yes.
yes, it's your mindset. It's also the support that you get from your family. Like me, I get a lot of support from my family, a lot of strength that I get, and a lot of how do you say, pep talk and all that. I get it from my family as well, and
Mm.
I am very, very grateful for that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that made a lot of difference in my life from the time that I started
Yeah.
this career. Before then, as well, when I was studying, it was my family who supported me all the way, and I don't think that we should ever forget that.
Yes, and family and loved ones, the support system is really important for our growth
Yes,
as well. Yeah,
yes,
because behind
definitely.
behind us is them, our family, our loved ones. So they are our pillar of strength.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, and of course, for wherever that you work at, even now when I have my own business, it's my team, it's my it's basically the people who work with you, my
Yes.
partner, my team, who give all the support. They
It's a
provide the kind
teamwork.
of support.
Yeah.
It's teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
Associates I work with, they give me the support. They give me the trust to employ all kinds of expertise that I have with me. But if I'm not given the chance and the trust,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be able to carry them out, right? So this is the support that you need
Yeah.
from not only your family, but your associates, but your partners, but your team, and also the system that
Yes.
provides you that opportunity. Like we hope now for the recovery to be carried out as
Yeah.
fast as possible, as soon as possible, so that we can get back on our feet
Yes.
and do what we're supposed to do. Especially, of course, we need to put food on the table and all that. So that's
Yes.
important. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and for the next question, who are the most inspirational women leaders that you admire in Malaysia and also internationally?
You were a bit muted just now. Can you repeat that question?
Okay, so who are
Uh-huh.
the women leaders that you admire in
Mm,
Malaysia and also internationally?
okay. Shall we start with locally first? Because
Mhm.
that's easier to deal with. Okay, they may not be particularly on the side of my political belief or on my side of political fence, but in terms of personality and also the projection of that personality, I've
Yeah.
always admired someone like Rafida Aziz. And Dato Sri Rafida Aziz, she's a great and awesome leader
Yeah.
and very strong woman. She was heading the Wanita UMNO for so many years. And I must say that she is very dynamic. She's very fierce. But that
She's
is
very
what you need.
outspoken. Yeah.
Very outspoken. She says it as it is,
Yeah.
to your face. And that makes you realize that, hey, this is a woman who's not afraid of anything. She can
Yeah.
just walk into any space,
You just
into
go for
any,
it and she just talks
yes,
about, yeah.
into any room filled with men, and she will just tell them off. And everybody listens. I mean, they need to listen to her. Of course, there's some opposition and all that, but she stands on her ground and she's very strong that way. So I used to admire her when I was covering a lot of her assignments when she was
Mm-hmm.
the ministry, when she was the
Mm-hmm.
international trade minister.
Mm-hmm.
She was very forthcoming at that time, and I used to admire her even as the Wanita UMNO head,
Mm-hmm.
and she led the party very well. And another local, perhaps, woman leader that I would like to admire, I wouldn't call her a leader because she hasn't been in a political party or anything sort of, but she's been with the NGOs for a very long time. She's done a lot of NGO work and she's an activist. Marina Mahade, she speaks her
Mm-hmm.
mind, and I've interviewed her a couple of times. It's no easy task because she speaks her mind, and when we receive live callers, she tells them off. She tells them as it is, and it's fun to hear. And usually, these men will provoke her.
Mm-hmm.
Those call will say that, hey, what are you doing there in the studio? Go back to your kitchen where you belong. And you can't tell that. You don't say that to someone like Marina Mahade. She will tell you off. She will tell you back that, she will say things like, hey, what are you still doing in your cave? Women nowadays don't belong in the kitchen anymore. But, of course, I'm saying it very nicely and diplomatically.
Yeah.
Marina would say
Yes.
it really, really the way it's supposed to be said. So I admire her a lot with a lot of things that she says. If she needs to oppose her father, who is Dr. Mahathir, she does it. She has done that in her columns when she used to write for the Star. So, I wouldn't say that she is in any way hypocritical, but she is also very real. So that is the kind of woman we would like to look up to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Another would be, let's take it overseas. I admire people like Oprah Winfrey, who has been through a lot in life, who has been really down there. I mean, she's been downtrodden, and she's suffered a lot, and that has probably been the reason why she's become so powerful. She has become such
So successful.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so successful that she has become such a great energy and charisma for a lot of women out there. Michelle Obama, she is very down to earth, despite being the former, despite being the former first lady. She has also been an inspiration to a lot of women worldwide. The late Lady Diana, I've always admired her. She's electrifying, and she's strong. I mean, she may not seem strong, I mean, like physically or maybe when she's speaking, but you know that her presence and her energy. And I've covered an event when I was overseas once, and she walked into the room, and you just know that she is a very special person. So in the end, it is all about charisma. It's all about energy. It's all about confidence. She was just 19 when she married Prince Charles, but she had that confidence to do what she was supposed to do until the end. So that is all very admirable, and I think these people are the women that you would like to mentor in order to continue what you're doing, despite all the challenges of being a woman, a wife, a mother, a girlfriend, or whatever.
A daughter, a sister.
Especially a daughter and a sister. And a mom, most of all. Yeah. Okay. So I think that would be my three women to mentor. To inspire me from the time I was a kid until now. And I think there'll be many other women also to come. There's one, Christiane Amanpour. She was, she's still with CNN. The war journalist. She is superb. There's a whole war going on behind her. The entire Iraq is being bombed,
and she can just keep going.
She can keep going. I do not know. I do not know. That takes a very special person to do it, because I can tell you, doing that, even if there's no war, there's no one behind you.
It's really risky because she risks her life.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I've done countless crossovers, live crossovers with people staring at me, and that was a challenge at the start. But after that, no problem. But having this entire I would really, really take my hat off for Christiane Amanpour. Superb. I would one day want to be like there.
She's
reporting.
Amazing. She can focus, no despite of the distraction around her, she just continue reporting the news.
That takes a lot of focus, that takes a lot of experience, that takes a lot of strength. And guts. I'm not sure. I mean, I've seen men doing it, but for a woman to actually stand there and do it
She's brave.
It is.
She's brave.
It takes a lot of guts. I would one day want to stand on a war zone and do that. I think that would be my next
challenge.
But of course, I'm not wishing for any war. Okay.
Okay.
Something as challenging as that, maybe.
Something different, but still
something different.
Challenging.
Almost there. Almost there. Okay.
Okay. And moving on to the next question, what would be your advice to the young girls, the young ladies out there?
To stay focused, to know what you want, and you should always put yourself first. Because when you put yourself first and you love yourself first, then only you will be able to fulfill yourself, whether professionally or emotionally. Try to be as independent as possible, because when you're independent, you are strong. You do not need, I'm not saying that you do not need another person next to you, like a partner or a husband or a boyfriend or anyone like that. But you should be able to stand on your own 2 feet first. Because, yes, because once you're able to do that, and when you get that strength, it's so beautiful, Farisha, because you'll be able to
Wow.
do,
Yeah.
you get a wow. You'll be able to do anything, because that in the end is actually confidence. Confidence. You don't need reassurance. You don't need validation. You just need to do what you think is right, because not everyone is going to like you.
And that's okay.
Liking,
Yeah.
that's okay. That's okay.
We just
That's
follow
really
our heart.
fine.
Most important thing is follow your heart and go for it. Yeah.
Go for it. And don't harm anyone. When you do things, it's because you feel good about it. It's good for you. It's good for other people as well. And good things will come to you. So,
Yes.
as I said, to the young girls out there, you need to work hard, because I noticed the younger generation, perhaps they want things easier for them. But you need to work hard. You need to work hard, like Farisha as well. She has worked really hard. Yeah, I know that she works
I step
very
outside
hard.
of my comfort zone.
Totally.
Because,
So
because I promised my late dad, I promised my late father that, I will make him proud, even though he's no longer around, but he's watching me from heaven. So I made a promise. I made a promise with him. So I'm going to continue on my mission and vision and the purpose. The purpose is actually from him, from my late father. So I keep going. Yeah.
See, that's the inspiration. That's the inspiration. When you, okay, that's great that you have that, because when
it's
you
not easy,
sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes when you say you want to do it for yourself, you may not want to do it. You get lazy or you get bored. But when you say that you want to do it for someone, because of someone you really love, and you make a promise, you will carry it through. That is the best inspiration ever, Farisha. Yes, I can totally relate to that. I can totally relate to that. It's all in the heart.
Because I promised him before he passed away. So I promised him before he passed away, I will make him proud, and he's gonna watch over me from heaven.
I'm sure you are making him proud every day of your life. And I know that you miss him a lot. And that itself gives you the strength and the inspiration. We're all very proud of you, Farisha.
You just keep going.
Very good. Yes, just keep going. That is great. That is great, So, and another thing is, to all the young girls out there as well, I would like to say good luck, and always trust yourself. Even if bad things happen to you, find that strength, pick yourself up, and continue what you're doing even better. Because there's no such thing as being a bad person. In the end, it is you who decide what you want and who you are. It is not for other people to say how bad you are. Don't let people judge you. Don't let people judge you. Very important. And don't judge people.
Because
everyone is special in their own way.
Yes, that's a very good advice, Anne. And then also to follow your heart, follow your dreams, keep going. And if you fall down, if you fail, you just pick yourself up and, keep going.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I've been a cancer survivor twice over. I've had cancer twice. And the second time was pretty bad, but I managed to...
You keep going. Yeah.
Every single day of my life.
Yeah. You keep going.
Yeah.
You fight.
You
fight for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you feel that, it's already so painful and you cannot go through it, you think of people whom you love, like my son. He's right behind me actually right now. He's my life.
Okay.
So that's why.
Yeah. Yeah. So your son is your support system, and he's also, your guiding light. Yeah.
Very much.
Yes.
I'm
And I
so glad.
think,
I'm so glad.
yes.
Yeah. I'm so glad we have all these people around us, Farisha. Even like you, your dad is no longer with you, but his spirit will always be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Believe me.
And yes. And we
Stay
hope that,
strong.
yeah, and we hope that to all the ladies and men who are watching this, who went through the same experience as us, you're not alone, because we're all like going through the same experience. And like for me, like it's not easy, but I just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. That is
Yeah.
the most important actually. Don't give up,
Don't give up
no
and
matter
challenge
what.
yourself. Step outside of your comfort zone. So you have to be brave to step outside of, the area that you're not familiar
Mm,
with, and just, try new things. Yeah, I guess
because
some people are
who
so,
knows what's gonna come out of it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess there are some
Yeah.
people who are afraid to step outside of the comfort zone because they're too comfortable inside the comfort zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Shouldn't be like that because, and whatever you do, you got to be happy. Do
Yes.
it because you're happy. Yeah. And it makes you happy. I think that's the most important. Yeah. Like when you become a talk show host, I realized that, when I because I was a writer, because writing is an outlet for me because I don't pour my emotions out that easily.
Mhm.
So when you write, it's an emotional outlet for you. Just like talking to people, like what you're doing now, Farisha,
Mhm.
interviewing people, talking to people, that's an emotional outlet for you as
It
well.
is. Yeah.
Yes,
Because
because
you
you get to
connect with
find out.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you get to find out what other people think. You get to pour out your feelings as well. See, that's very important to talk it out. Don't just keep
Yeah.
to yourself.
Yeah.
If
We
you're the
gotta
kind to
share
like
it. Yeah. Yeah.
share,
We gotta
you
let it
have
out.
to have
Yeah.
let it out.
Yeah. And
Let
it's
it out. Even if
okay. Yeah.
yeah, let your hair down once in a while. Just go for it. No problem. No problem. No problem. As long as you don't harm anyone.
Okay, and we've come to the end of the show. Last question. Okay, due to COVID-19, a lot of people are affected due to COVID-19. So, in your opinion, what would be your best tips and advice for people out there to keep going despite of the challenges that we face around us due to the pandemic?
Okay, I think that it's not going to last very long. Whatever vaccine that they are researching right now and they're finding out for us, that is going to be on the way very soon. And
Mm-hmm.
the number of cases that were so high previously has now
Mm-hmm.
been reduced drastically.
Yeah.
So, and even the number of deaths, I think that is already under control, fatalities, which are under
Mm-hmm.
control. So, some people say, a very senior journalist once told me, I mean, a couple of months ago, when I was having an interview at Light FM, and he said that COVID 19 is the fear of something that is unseen. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually the disease, a
Mm-hmm.
disease of fear. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't fear it. Yes, of course you need to instill a certain amount of fear into the
Yes.
pandemic because you need to take care of yourself. But of course that has
Yes.
made us all very much more cautious and
Mm-hmm.
conscious of maintaining our hygiene and our safety
Wearing a face
level at
mask and washing our hands, and
yeah, everything.
whenever we walk
Eh,
to any shopping center or shops, we have to scan
yeah.
ourselves, QR code. Yeah, my
Being
sejahat.
near to strangers, you don't get near to strangers, that kind of thing. Even to touch a railing at a mall also, you don't,
Yeah.
you're not sure whether you should do that. Yeah, so all that has made us very, very cautious, which has never happened in the past. But to recover from all of that, I think we should definitely continue with whatever that we're doing. Not only continue with what we're doing, because the pie is getting smaller, the
Mm-hmm.
economic pie in our country and also abroad is getting smaller. What more with us not being able to travel abroad? You know, I have a lot of filming to do overseas more than local right now. But I have to wait until the end of the year in
We
order
have to
to
wait till
get
our
out there.
borders are open. Yeah.
Yes, which is not very long anyway. It's about like maybe 2 months' time, which is very fast. So we should start planning from now. If we have overseas jobs to do, we should start planning from now.
Yeah.
Because when we get there, it all works like clockwork. So
Yeah.
it's done very smoothly. Okay. For local, yes, of course, everybody is fighting. Everybody is being challenged with trying to get as many jobs as possible, which is now getting
Business has
more
been
and more
very
less.
difficult, so we have to find
Very slow.
yeah.
Yes.
We
So
have to find a
this is where,
strategy to, you know, like
yes,
it's
exactly.
hard for all industries. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. This is where we need to get out of our box, like get out of our comfort zone even more, like doing
Yes.
online stuff, like what you're doing right now, online training as well. If you don't like online training, I've done face-to-face training already. I've started doing that already. I
Yes.
mean, I've been training people face-to-face, you know, training, because my training takes on a camera and we do a role play for you, put you in front of camera, we train you how to speak in front of camera, how to face the media and all that. That's what I've been doing for government agencies as well as NGOs. And recently it has even taken me outstation. I mean, I can't go abroad right now, but it's taken me outstation to as far as down south to train the top echelon of Desaru Coast. Desaru Coast is a it's a company which actually manages the entire Desaru Coast. So there's a lot of people there right now, a lot of tourists, but of course local tourists. And I did training for them, so that was fun as well. And I'm also doing training. I'm in the midst of planning trainings with HRDF and also Panjana. That is also a very good source of Panjana is a very good source of training for the small and medium enterprises, because as you know, SMEs, they don't have that much money to spend for training. So Panjana actually gives them the budget to employ trainers like us to train people, to train companies, to train employees in the SMEs. So that's also a very good motivation for employees right now, for people out there, for the human resource in this country. So it's actually taking it out of your out of the box to disrupt the system. Actually, to be a disruptor. To be a disruptor does not mean being negative about things. Does not mean being, you know, like doing negative things. It's not. It's just disrupting. When you disrupt, you will find new things to do. So, and I think those kind of examples are very obvious online. You know, when people take their business out there online, you know, that is already disrupting a lot of traditional businesses and conventional businesses that are being done right now. There's a lot of things that being out there that's being done out there online. So that itself is already a disruption. So it's just trying to think and trying to get out of the box. That is a bit of a challenge.
Think out of the box and finding the solution to the problem. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that is one means of survival, especially during this pandemic, because you can't do things normal for now. Yeah. So you have to think of other ways of doing what you have been doing all this while, which is not impossible. It can still be done, but you need a lot of patience. You need a lot of patience. You need to tell yourself, no, you can't give up. You need to still send in your proposals. You need to, and even though how tiring it is, you know, how tiring it is, how heart-rending it is to be told that you did not win a certain project, but you need to still carry on.
We have to keep going.
Doing it.
Yeah, we have to keep going no matter what. Yeah,
you have to keep going, Farisha. You have to still look great. You have to still look beautiful and gorgeous and go out there.
We have to still keep going despite of the challenges. And for me as well, in my line of work, I get rejected as well. My proposal was rejected as well many times.
There you go.
Yeah, but that is where you learn. The learning curve start to come in. And then you start to think back, okay, why does company A reject my proposal? Okay, let's find solution to the problem. Okay, let's identify. Okay, maybe I need to do better this time. Maybe for the next company that I'm going to approach, maybe the strategy will be different. So I know what are the areas that I should focus. So I always look things on the bright side. So don't look at it as a failure. So when one door shuts, another one opens. So always.
All right.
So there will be more windows of opportunity. So like
all my windows are open.
exactly, bak kata pepatah, rezeki ada di mana-mana. So we just have to look for it. So whenever I get rejected with my proposal, I say, it's okay, okay, next. So you try the next, and then, you know, you just keep going, and out of 10 companies, you get 4. You get 4 deals. So 6 down, it's all right, but you get 4. So that is when you don't give up and you keep your persistency, consistency, focus, and you just keep going. And most important thing is the key ingredient, carpe diem. Seize the
seize the day.
Yeah, seize the day. It's like, you know, when one door shuts, another one open. So
always.
Yes. And let's say
always kan, betul kan?
6 clients, 6 companies say no to you, 4 companies say yes. Yeah. Yeah. So there's always going to be windows open. You just have to seek for it. So rezeki ada di mana-mana. We just have to go and look for it. Yeah.
And thank you so much also, Farisha, for always opening the doors and the windows for me.
You're most welcome, because I always believe that, you know, the universe, the universe work in such a magical and tremendous way, whereby, you know, we share. So whatever rezeki that we have, I always believe in.
We get it back.
Yeah, so I always believe in the concept of rezeki. We share it with people, we'll get it back. So most important thing is our niyat, our nawaitu lah. Our niyat, nawaitu, want to help people around us, and it will come back to us. So for me, it's like, you know, we share. So whatever, like, let's say, for example, a certain particular project or client, or let's say, for example, emceeing. So I always share with Anne. So at the end of the day, we're all in the same industry. Yeah, we're doing the same thing. We're also freelance MCs. So at the end of the day, you know, it's all about sharing. It's all about caring. It's also about learning, mentoring. She's also one of my mentors. And, you know, it's all about, you know, the energy that is around you, you know, the positive energy. I truly believe in that.
Yeah. Because whatever that you do that's good, it will come back to you. Definitely.
Yes, it will come back to you, not in monetary form, but it will come back to you in a different way. So it's like the concept of rezeki is wide. Yeah, it can be maybe rezeki, you know, it can be rezeki to get a particular project, or it can be a rezeki kesihatan, health. It can be so many things. The concept of rezeki is wide. So I
betul. Yeah, betul. I always believe in that. And there's always a reason for anything that happens. Yeah,
exactly.
Even, you know, you think at that time it's bad, you know, it's something that hurts you at that time, but you know,
it's a blessing in disguise.
Kadang-kadang, yes, it had to happen for a certain reason.
Exactly.
So that it opens your eyes to a lot of things that you yourself kata, oh, okay, I shouldn't have done like this, or, you know, I should be a better person. Always look at what is it that you can improve for yourself, bukan orang tu. You know, kita always like to blame other people, kan? We always like to blame other people, salahkan orang lain when bad things happen, kan? But I think that sometimes you have to take a step back. Sometimes you have to take a step back and ask yourself, where did I go wrong? And then from there, you will improve yourself.
Yes, and
it's a nice feeling.
Curve, yeah.
The learning curve, yeah. And everything will fall into place. Don't worry.
Exactly.
There's the Almighty out there.
Yes. So you have to
always taking care of us.
Exactly.
Yeah, always taking care of us. Don't worry.
Okay, we've come to the end of Woman Empowerment Series video podcast. So I would like to thank Anne and Edwards for being here as my guest today. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much for your sharing, for your tips, for your advice. And I hope that for those of you who are watching this podcast, you guys are inspired, motivated by Anne's advice. And if you want to follow her on social media, she's on Facebook and Edwards, Instagram, and also LinkedIn as well. So you can follow her on social media. So, Anne, do you have
Yeah.
anything else that you would like to share?
You can also follow what I do and what my team does, and the work that we do on anedwardstv.com, which is on Facebook, it's on Instagram, and of course it's on LinkedIn as well.
Mhm.
Twitter, yeah, we are also on Twitter. And I think my parting words would be good luck to all of you out there, especially to all the women, to always be brave and to be confident in whatever that you do, and also be very, very strong, and to pick yourself up when things are not going that well, to put it behind you and try
Mhm.
to gain as much strength as possible in
Strength,
order to
confidence, and faith.
pick yourself up and
Yeah.
continue that journey, because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anne. Thank you for being with us
Thanks,
today. Thank
Farisha,
you.
for the great opportunity. And
Okay.
good
Thank
luck to you
you.
too, Farisha.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Anne. Thank you.
Take care.
Stay safe,
Bye.
everyone. Take care. Bye. Bye, Anne.
Bye, dear.